I remember being a young child watching this glass mushroom that my grandmother had on the shelf. And it was perfectly clear and perfectly shaped. And it had all of these bubbles inside of it. And I just loved to hold it and caress it and look at it and wonder how something that looked so liquid could be solid, and how these bubbles could just be encased inside of it for all eternity. It was just so mind-blowing to me. I got a couple of nicknames growing up, and one of them was Rainbow Bright because of how much I love to just wear color. It made me happy to see all these colors coming together. I moved to Austin, Texas. I met some people who were working with borosilicate, which is more commonly known as Pyrex. And they were making pipes and jewelry on a torch and putting it in a kiln to anneal. And I fell in love with the fire and the color. And so during this journey, I discovered Asheville, North Carolina, and I discovered Penland School of Crafts. And when I went to this school, I saw a completely different kind of glass blowing. It involved working with molten earth. Like, it's just so hot and incredible and intense. I can remember the first time I tried to take a gather out of a glass furnace. My brain was screaming at me to back away. You're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get burned. And I had to fight my brain and say, no, we're doing this. Like, we're taking the plunge, we're doing this. And I did, and it was just that first plunge I took, that dip into this molten glass, and being able to work with it and look at it and add color to it. Finally, my pieces were becoming something functional, something you could like use and eat out of and drink out of. My main prayer is that these pieces bring joy into people's lives and help them feel love and help them remember why they're here. We put together this entire studio out of scrap metal and some things we bought, but mostly it was things that we salvaged. The pieces that you can see here are resting on top of a freezer that we turned into a kiln. We have the purest quartz in the world here in Spruce Pine, North Carolina. And with glass, everything's all about timing and temperature. There are so many different things that need to take place and work correctly in order for each piece to come about. And I think the reason why glass is one of the most powerful art forms that there are is because it involves every single element to create each piece. You need the fire, you need the earth, you need the air from your breath, and you need the water. And that's another reason why I was so drawn to it. It's such a zen-like state of being that you need to be into. That's what it took to hook me.